Blessing Sacred Space community. Thank you for tuning in to another Sacred Morning Glow Up. You guys, if you haven't, click the link in my bio. Turn on your notifications so you know when I'm popping on IGTV. You can also click the link in my bio to subscribe to my mailing list to get your free copy of Manifest Your Magic, Transcending Your Personal and Professional Life. It's free. As well as go onto the sacredspace.network, join the membership directory. If you're looking for resources as they relate to if you have domestic violence issues, housing, childcare, finances, spiritual, legal, we have it all. If you are a nonprofit and you would like to advertise your organization's resources on our website, it's totally free. Please get with me, the Sacred Space Events at gmail.com or info@tirajackson.com. If you are a small business who has products that would be beneficial to women, mothers, sisters, daughters, reach out to me. It's $25 to promote on our website, but you also get social media, email blast, IGTV video blast. If you would like to sponsor the Sacred Morning Glow Up with one of your health and wellness products that I can use, let's create a mutually beneficial relationship. I would definitely love to do so. Give you a shout out on the page. Again, you'll be on the blog, the directory, and the private group and whatnot. 2 Sacred Space retreat tickets left. You guys you can book your deposit with $100 and get on a payment plan. Don't let it pass you by. Those tickets will be sold out by May 1st, guaranteed. The Sacred Morning Glow Up. What do I want to talk about today? You guys, I want to talk about like the danger in being on social media and comparing yourself to other sisters, comparing yourself to other businesses, comparing yourself to other people's relationships, marriages, girlfriend, boyfriend, fiance, people that are engaged, people that have children, and the imagery that you see online or the catchy captions that you read that inspire you, but because you're not totally grounded in truth, because you're not totally grounded in who you are, because you are not walking securely in your gift, you will then begin to judge yourself. You will look at somebody else's page, somebody else's life, and determine that you aren't where you're supposed to be. And you start measuring and critiquing yourself based on what you see somebody else doing. I want to talk to you. If that does not apply to you, tune in tomorrow. We'll have something for you. I want to talk to you who are, literally making yourself feel bad because you feel like you're not where you should be in your life. Whether you are going through a storm, you are transitioning, you are growing, you are evolving. You may even be in a place where you feel the most pain that you have ever felt in your life. You are right where you are supposed to be. If your business isn't doing 10K a month, you are right where you're supposed to be. If you have not gotten married yet, you are right where you're supposed to be. If you haven't met Mr. Right, you are right where you're supposed to be. If you have been longing to have children and you haven't had those children at this point in your life, you are right where you're supposed to be. And for some of you, that may feel very harsh because you have been longing, you have been yearning, you have been praying for these things to manifest and materialize in your life. But what you've forgotten is that you're being molded, you're being prepared, you're being assigned to your true gift, and you can't just get there overnight. You can't just walk in purpose overnight. You have to go through some trials and tribulations. You have to walk through some fire. You have to get through some mud to get to where you're supposed to be. And I'm not saying that you have to struggle in order to get to your best life, but you definitely have to be grounded. You definitely have to be firm and secure in your truth. You have to know what you know. You have to go through some lessons. You have to be able to apply wisdom. And you can't get there in this positive bubble that a lot of people would like for you to believe, that you can get there and not experience duality, not experience pain, not experience negativity, not experience feelings of despair or feelings of not knowing who you are. Like, we all go through this transition, and unfortunately it's because we've been domesticated to believe that we're not good enough. We've been domesticated to believe we're not worthy. We've been domesticated to believe that honoring ourselves like is selfish. We've been domesticated to believe that we stay in long-term relationships for the sake of saying I got a man, and you're being physically, mentally, emotionally abused. So we've been domesticated to believe these dysfunctional thought patterns and behaviors, and we think that we're just going to come out overnight. See, what you don't see online with a lot of people who have what you would determine, success stories, you don't see the things that they struggled with. You don't see the times that they didn't feel worthy. You don't see the times that they didn't feel like they were successful in their business. You didn't see the times that they grind to the point of exhaustion and despair and depression. You're just seeing the end result. You don't know how many times that sister cried in the fetal position praying for a good man before she got a good man. You don't see the work that she had to do internally on herself in order to be her best self, to attract a loving, supportive mate. You don't know how many times she was on her knees praying for just enough money to pay her bills. You don't know how many times she fell out with her children's father, because the child support didn't come in this month. Or you don't know how many times she felt like, she was a failure because she still had to work a 9 to 5 with her side hustle. And now her side hustle is actually her business, and she could put the 9 to 5 to the side. You don't know how many times people have weathered storms. You don't know. Let me tell you something. You don't know how many times I done been out here, y'all, on campaigns raising money for sisters, and I needed a bill paid. You don't know how many times I done fell out with my child because I've been so much more in tune with my business than I've been with my children. You don't know what people have gone through to get to where they're at. And so wherever you're at in your life, you have to know that it's right where you're supposed to be, because the lessons that you're supposed to learn are there. The love that you're supposed to receive is there. The strength that you're supposed to receive is there. The wisdom to know the difference is right in this place. But because you're so focused on what you think somebody else has that you don't, you miss it. You miss it. You miss the lesson that God has for you because you're so focused on, sister such and such with 100,000 people on her page, and her hair pretty, and her makeup pretty, and her memes be real nice, and her kids is well dressed, and she always got a sellout brunch, and she's got tons of engagement on her page, and her husband look good, and she driving a Benz. And what you don't know is every night when she go home, that nigga busting her up beside her goddamn head, and that her kids talk to her any kind of motherfucking way. See, stop getting caught up in what you think other people's lives is and talking about relationship goals, business goals. You don't know what a person had to do to get what they got. Some people out here selling their soul for the gram, and you don't even understand that Instagram model shots is poisoning all through her body. But you talking about some goals? No. I need you to be firm in what God has for you. God has for you. And what your life is supposed to look like don't mean it's supposed to look like everybody else's. You might not be meant for the mansion, and you're going to have to be able to accept that. You may not be meant for the 3-car driveway. You're going to have to be able to accept that. You may not be meant to carry 5 children for him. You're going to have to accept that. Everybody is not supposed to be at the same pace or the same journey or the same level. Your $10 million year may be 10 years from now. Are you going to stay committed to the thing that you say is your life's work? Are you ready to wholeheartedly be committed to this journey and accepting that it might not look like you think? And I'm not saying that you're not deserving, because you are deserving of God's best. But what if what God has for you is a stable $250,000 home, in Lithonia, and it ain't a $700,000 home in Buckhead? Is you good with it? Stop comparing your life and accept that what God has for you, God has for you. And some of your lessons may have to be learned in places and spaces that you totally uncomfortable and it's unacceptable to you, but it's what God got for you. And it's the blessing that's going to open up doors that you never knew was there for you because you're looking at somebody else's life. The Sacred Morning Glow Up.